even hit start on it. I was like, why are we not live? Well, of course we're not live if you don't hit start streaming, you putz.
And you're over here trying to figure out what's wrong with my stuff. What's happening? Why
Well,
is
my
this
computer
working?
was messed up, too. It might still be messed up. I don't know. But I didn't understand what was going on, and now I know.
And for those on the Twitch, he's still hungover, which is remarkable.
I wouldn't say hungover. Just, I feel blah. But I'm not hungover. Like, I'm not curled up in the fetal position or anything. Like, I can manage. I do have to tell you about Dr. Busby. Maybe I should have taken some of the Encore Mobility. Maybe that's the answer.
It couldn't have hurt, right?
Like, if I pop 2 Encore Mobilities, I got to ask Dr. Busby. Hey, Dr. Busby, if you listen to this, does the Encore Mobility also work for the for hangovers? Is it a cure for hangovers and the common cold and the Rona? That is the question. All I do know is that the Encore Mobility has been spectacular for old Luther. I can tell you that.
Yes.
I mean, he has been, just watching the energy he has now and the fact that he's running around at the dog park and going for long walks and getting back to jumping in and out of the car and onto the couch. He's been great. I mean, just really outstanding. And that's thanks to Dr. Busby's Encore Mobility. It's a tasty little treat for your pups that promotes hip and joint flexibility, restores mobility and comfort, and renews vigor and vitality. And it's special because it includes New Zealand deer velvet, which is a novel ingredient that's not found in the big-name joint supplements in the U.S. How about that? Dr. Busby knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. But we love her. So, we appreciate her. So,
Are you live?
I am live. Why do you ask? I might be live. I don't know that I'm live or not.
I don't know.
I mean, it says I'm live.
Okay, back to Dr. Busby. I don't see it, but
Then something's up with your shit, because you never see my shit when it's
I
live.
see ESPN is live.
Well, that's fine, but I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Weird. Anyway,
So, if you go to towgrips.com, like, well, you know what I want to do? One day I want someone that just does all this shit for me. Like, like I can't get into a zone doing this damn podcast when I'm worried about 10 other things over here.
I know.
Tired of it.
Okay, now it shows me you're live.
Okay. Good.
But it says we have 0 people watching.
We have 0 people watching, huh?
Well, that's according to mine. As we've discovered, my Twitch on this phone is just really bad.
There are people watching, okay? one of these days, I just don't want to deal with all of this. I just want to I just want to talk. I don't want to do all the other shit. I don't want to make sure everything's online. I don't want to have to do it. I don't like it. It's just too distracting. But whenever we build the new studio, which will come whenever we get a new house, which will come whenever we get a job. So we'll see. But anyway, back to Dr. Busby.
Okay, now I see 44 people.
Hey, we rule. All right.
Back to Dr. Busby.
But anyway, meanwhile, back in Dr. Busby land, go to the website, please, towgrips.com. That is towgrips.com. Promo code is Luther. You'll save 10% site-wide, 10% off site-wide using the promo code Luther, Luther, Luther. All right, so check that out. And a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's also good. 30-day money-back guarantee, assuming you don't find that all these products like the Toe Grips or the Encore Mobility, you find they don't work for your dog, 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay, so go to towgrips.com. I know a lot of our people in here are using, whether it be the Toe Grips or the Encore Mobility. So it is Dr. Busby, towgrips.com. That is towgrips.com. Thank you. And thank you for the bits, Krilla Gorilla. Thank you. Now, I tell you, it was a nightmare, I tell you. Hey, is Z-Dog in the chat? That can't be Z. It says, yo, drinking. It says, Zabri. I don't believe you.
You never believe that.
Oh, wait. It says drinking Arizona. Oh, I think Z-Dog is drinking canned tea.
Arizona is good canned tea, though. I haven't had an Arizona iced tea in so long. Actually sounds amazing.
I'm not into it. But anyway, Z-Dog apparently is in the chat. Now, Z-Dog yesterday had a bombshell, dropped just a complete bombshell on everybody when he said this.
Sad day. I've officially retiring from rapping. So you're gonna ask if there's a Clippers Arguably Part 2 on the way. Nope. Probably not. If the Jazz are gonna meet the Clippers in the playoffs in round 1? Nope. I'm just done with rapping. With all the stuff I've been posting with rap songs, I'm just done. Y'all are mostly friends with me because of my music. So, it's basically what you guys are. I might as well just stick to vlogging. Even if I don't even know how to vlog anymore, or to get people to be in my vlogs. But, yeah, I'm officially done rapping and doing music. It's been a good ride. Who knows if I'm even going to come back to music ever again. Just saying.
So that was Z-Dog yesterday.
I woke up to that news from Jim Mudd today.
So it was a big story, obviously.
I was concerned.
So Z-Dog is done rapping, but he's not done recording, I guess, because Z-Dog tweets me today and says that he's got this this something that I'll really like. He said he had a surprise for me.
Yeah.
Which actually kind of concerned me. I was frightened to a degree, but he said, I have a surprise for you. And I guess the surprise is that Z-Dog made an Astros song, so let's see what this is.
Yo, what's up, Houston Astros? It's been a long time since we talked.
It has.
It has?
Did you miss Z-Dog?
I did.
What's up, Houston? It's your boy Z-Dog. I just want to say welcome back to the Houston Astros. I miss all you Astros fans. Hey, you know what? I'm back as an Astros fan. I really miss watching them play. I miss seeing all the Astros fans. By the way, if you're an Astros fan, make sure to follow me and hit me up on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, ZDog223. Let's get me the 10K likes and 10K followers, Astros fans. Let's get hype.
Do it.
Get hype.
Shout out to everyone that's covering the Houston Astros.
Who is that? You got to mention us,
win a
Z-Dog.
World Series this year. I really miss baseball on TV. Now we have the Astros back. It's gonna feel weird seeing the Astros play in front of no fans. But I know this, the Astros are gonna go undefeated.
Well,
I don't think
Shout
they
out
did,
to
Z-Dog.
everyone that loves the Astros. I really miss seeing the Astros. Good thing I have my Z-Dog Astros jersey
Yeah.
for luck.
And by the way, who sent you that Z-Dog jersey? We did. And not once do we ever get a mention from this Z-Dog. Not once.
he mentioned you on Twitter.
Yeah, but we've never been mentioned in a rap. He sings songs for Maybe Lesbian Rachel, but I mean, we send him jerseys. I'm supposed to have a T-shirt. I don't know if the guy sent it from 97 Graphics yet, but I got a T-shirt coming for him, and not once, not one damn time do I get a mention from this guy. Not one.
Hopefully soon I'll have a Z-Dog Astros hat. Huh, maybe that'll happen.
Maybe.
Who knows? Skirt, skirt, skirt. Can
Now
I
we're
get a
talking.
skirt? Let's go Astros. You're better than the Dodgers. The Astros are the best MLB team in the state of Houston. If you're in
They are.
Houston, follow me on Twitter, ZDog223. Shout out to every Houston radio station.
Again, shout out to every Houston radio station. That means Z-Dog's trying to get his stuff played, yet still does not give us any specific love here. And I don't like it.
And we're not even a Houston radio station.
No, we're not. So we didn't even get any love here. We're the ones that stick with Z-Dog when everybody turned on Z-Dog, when people were angry at Z-Dog, and we still don't even get a, hey, what about Josh Ennis? Josh Ennis.
You just wrote it for him.
Yeah.
Let's go Astros. And you better know it. Their Astros are all the way, baby. Skirt, skirt. Astros love. Peace out, Astros fans. I miss you so much. We're gonna have fun this season.
There you go.
Skirt,
So
skirt.
Z-Dog wants you to know that he's skirting. And not only is he skirting, the Astros are Houston is the best team. What was the line that
The Astros are the best baseball team in the state of Houston.
Well, he ain't lying. He ain't lying.
And they're going to go undefeated.
And Z-Dog wants you guys to know that you can contact him on Twitter, ZDog223. Z-Dog is now using my show the way I use 97.5 just
He's
to promote all
smart.
my own shit.
Z-Dog's smart.
Like, I have no rules on there. Like, I get on there and just promote whatever the hell I want to promote because I'm not getting paid to do it. But I will tell you this. So I did get that mask today. I got a mask from the folks, the Boomer Naturals.
Yes, I
Dude,
ordered
these
mine.
masks kick ass, by the way. Jilly's got one coming, so if you guys want to order a mask, it'll make me look really good to the people.
Like, I've never seen you so excited about something. Like, you were like, this mask is amazing. Like, not even on the radio. Like, you came home and we took
I
Luther on a
know,
walk. and
I
you're like,
liked it.
You got to feel this mask. Put it on. I'm like, I'm not going to put on your mask, but okay, I believe you. And I've never seen you so excited about like a face mask or anything.
No, I enjoyed this mask because it gives me hope that maybe we'll fly somewhere now. Our holdup about flying anywhere was having to wear a mask for 3 hours. And the masks that we had before, they're cute-looking masks. But I think what you're going to learn once you put on this Boomer Naturals mask is it's a lot cooler. Like, it's not as hot on the face. Like, I
That's
wear those.
good.
And the little straps are not elastic straps. So, like, you don't accidentally snap your ear.
They're adjustable, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I don't know that this particular one is. I think you can get those that are adjustable. I think I got to learn. But anyway, boomernaturals.com. Use the promo code Josh and you'll get 20% off on your mask. So use the promo code Josh. I'm trying to tell everybody I know because I want to impress them and keep, like, I want my show to be the reason why this Boomer Naturals stays on the station. Because at some point, if I keep bringing over these sponsors, I didn't bring these guys in, but if I can, show that the Josh Ennis Show, which is a loyal group of people, will actually use the products from sponsors. And I know that some of it's tough. Like, not everybody needs, say, my guy in Philadelphia, Mike, with Colonial Concepts. Not everybody needs someone to go do work on their house. But everybody needs a mask because it's a rule. I mean, what's the
Literally.
rule now here in Houston? If they catch you not wearing a mask, the Gestapo's going to come out and charge you $250.
But they want to remind people not to call 911 if you see someone not wearing a mask. Do not call
Yep.
911.
Yep.
But they will apparently give you a citation. So the mayor says, I don't know what police officer is going to actually enforce
No,
that.
and nor should they, but everybody needs a mask. And these are these are legitimately good masks. And NW Soul Grove hates masks, but he'll buy one just to help out the show. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
love right there.
So use the promo code Josh, JOSH, at checkout, and you'll save 20%. And I'm not bullshitting either. Like, today is the first time I put on one of these masks. They sent us these masks, and they're the best I've worn. And the ones we've been wearing for the last couple of months are nice, and they look cute, but these are really good masks, and they're comfortable on the ears. So now we might actually fly somewhere.
Maybe.
How about that?
Now the sale is over, though. I had Vegas flights for like $70 round trip. Now they're up to like $160.
And now we're debating a weekend getaway to Mississippi to go
Which
gamble.
Every time we say we're there, we're like, we're never coming back. And then we do.
Yes.
But here's the problem. Like these hotels like in Biloxi where they have like the resorts and stuff, really freaking expensive.
Mhm.
You could stay at a nice Vegas resort for like $30 a night. Biloxi wants like $220 a night.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
That's absurd.
That is. And then also we'd have to drive to Biloxi, but we wouldn't have to wear a mask. It's the wearing the mask part that's really frustrating. And we haven't flown since January. I don't even know what airplanes look like anymore. But I'm considering flying to Vegas. I'm considering like just booking the tickets. What are you doing over there, Luther? Getting the tickets and going, or going to Mississippi. I just want a swimming pool and I want to bet on sports. That's what I want to do. That's all I'd like to do. I would like to bet on sports and swim. And by the way, and I don't know, maybe it'll get boring eventually, but man, betting on sports this weekend was a blasty blast.
I know this was the weekend we should have been somewhere because obviously there's not going to be as much as these teams kind of get narrowed down here and the playoffs actually start. But,
Yep. But
boy,
man, this next like week or two is going to be
nonstop.
awesome, man. And yesterday, that's how we got ourselves into trouble was here's what we're going to do. We're going to sit around all day and drink booze and bet on sports, which we did. And it started out, harmlessly enough. We were drinking these, we were drinking a concoction of Sammy's Beach Bar rum mixed with some
Deep Eddie Orange.
the Deep Eddie Orange mixed with
V8
V8 Splash. And those were all well and good, but after about 6 hours, I got bored with it. And I said, I want to change of pace, so I'm going to go with the beer. The beer we have are some really badass IPAs, by the way, hazy
You
IPAs.
love this one.
I really love West Coast beer. I'm sure there are beers from everywhere I like, but I really like a good hazy IPA little West Coast California action. I think this was called Hazy DNA, I think is what it was called. I forgot the name of the brewery, but it was awesome.
I think it's from San Diego.
And these are about 7.5 to 8%. But after drinking rum for 6 hours, it really went down easy. So I'm just chug-a-lug.
We also
Chug-a-lug.
decided to start doing
Chug-a-lug.
shots at one point, too.
What?
We also decided to start doing shots at one point, too.
And we did do that. We did end up doing 3 shots at about, an hour stretch
Like,
there.
once you start going, you're like, let's do another one. Let's do another one. That's what always gets me into trouble. It's like,
Yes.
But we've been drinking. I mean, that's the impressive part is I feel like we've drank like 9 out of the last 10 days, which is absurd.
Yes.
And we've been fine the next day. But yesterday we started day drinking.
Yeah.
And
it finally got me.
We started at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon with that Flyers game.
Yeah, and that Flyers game was fun, by the way.
It was great.
That's fun. Playoff hockey, even though they're calling it playoffs, and I guess it technically is the playoffs, but I don't really consider it the playoffs.
Well, for some teams, it is the playoffs because there are series going on.
That's true. But I thoroughly enjoyed watching that, but I'm still hungover is the problem. I don't want to say hungover because I'm not still hungover. I'm just kind of dragging, but I don't feel like I'm going to yak or anything. This morning, I yacked twice. So,
and you are a violent yacker.
Yes, it was a violent yellow yakking. Once when I was sitting in the tub, and once when I got done walking Luther. There is no worse walk ever than the hungover. It's 100 degrees walk with your dog. It was just dreadful. Fortunately, Luther didn't want to go on a long walk because it was 100 degrees, so that worked out well. That Luther didn't want to do that, but he pooped and then went home. Let's see. Joe in Philly says, when he fired off that Desmond Child tweet, I knew he drank all day. Did I tweet Desmond Child?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
No. Did I tweet it? Really? Did I? No way. Okay, you're right. I was fucking tanked by the end of the night then because I don't remember that. Like, Joe was trying to call me out earlier about my text, sending tweets to Tank, and that's how he knew I was drunk. But I text or tweet people all the time. Like if I were to sit there and have a 20-minute conversation with Tank via text, that would be more of a telltale sign that I was drunk. I had no idea that I sent a tweet to Desmond Child, though. Now, Desmond Child is like the greatest songwriter ever, okay? And I want to have him on the show, and he's wonderful. But I had no idea I actually tweeted Desmond Child last night. Find that. I'm curious to know what I tweeted to Desmond Child. But
probably about how you want him on your podcast.
Probably, but now there was a time I was drunk a couple weeks ago and I woke up and realized I had tweeted like 5 or 6 different people trying to get him on the podcast. I think
18 hours ago. I need to get at Desmond Child on the podcast. This man is a genius. I love him.
Okay. If I were him, I'd say I should be on this guy's podcast. He loves me.
At 1 a.m.
You know what it must have been? Did we watch Celine Dion videos last night?
Yep.
Okay, then that makes sense. Even though he did not write that song, it got me into like a work because Jim Steinman produced that song. But I'm sure it got me down like the rabbit hole at some point of Desmond Child and great songwriters. And Desmond Child, of course, is the greatest songwriter of all time. And then bada bang. So that's what we need to do then. He didn't respond. So obviously Desmond Child is not going to be on the podcast yet. But I am not going to give up on this. Each time I get drunk, I will continue to tweet Desmond Child. Then I will also continue to drunk tweet Robert Englund to get him on the podcast as well. These are the things that I need to do. These are people, because people say, have guests on the podcast. And I like talking with Jim and everybody, but if I'm going to get someone on the podcast, it's going to be people I find interesting. Like at this point, this podcast is not going to be, hey, here's Buster Olney talking about baseball. Who gives a shit? I want to talk to interesting people in long-form conversations, not beat writers. Josh got drunk off the Rockets beating the Bucks. That did not happen. I didn't care one way or the other. Somebody in the Twitch chat during the show today was like, oh, did I miss your talk about the Rockets? Do you think that was a statement win? No, because there aren't statement wins in regular season basketball. That doesn't exist. Someone says, get Coach O. Coach O is going to be on with our afternoon show tomorrow.
You sad about that? Are you jealous?
I'm a little bit jealous, but I'm sure it's fine. What I need to do is get Coach's contact info, get in touch with him, and get him on this podcast. Podcast blows up.
Or you need to ask AJ to ask about that great race between the tortoise and the hare.
Who won it? I think we're the only people that remember that. Like the audience of this show
I love
remembers
it.
that.
When is Matt emailing it
I
to
don't
you?
know. Like Matt never responds to my text. The only time Matt ever responds to my text is at like midnight if I text him on something randomly. Otherwise, he does not respond. And when he does, he just starts to lecture me about growing podcasts and doing more social media shit. And I'm like, Matt, I just like I'd like to have a conversation with you here, but like everything becomes lecturing me and I don't want to deal with it. And then I never hear from him again. Let's see here. Great show, Tiger Blood. Let's see here. Where's the audio of the Great Race? I don't have the audio of the Great Race. That's what I'm explaining to you.
Why won't Matt email it to you?
I asked him. He told me he'd send it to me. He hasn't sent it to me.
Well, then you need to remind him.
I will remind him. He's probably too busy salivating over the Pelicans and Zion, this overrated blob. I'm not saying that Zion won't be great at some point, but they basically created this playoff. And that's like we sat around watching this playoff basketball or this little 8-game whatever all weekend. And I tell you, they created this format just to either get Zion or Portland in the playoffs. Anybody but Memphis. Yet Zion plays like 6 minutes. What's the point? They might as well just acknowledge that they're not trying to win. They're not playing Zion. What's the point of him being there? It's
Right.
stupid.
They want that Zion-LeBron matchup, though.
They do. They badly want Zion. But it won't happen because let's say he does get in. Somehow they get into this thing where they created this fluky system where you only have to be 4 games behind the 8th seed. They desperately don't want Memphis in there. They are just desperate to not have Memphis. They want Zion, but the Pelicans ain't playing Zion all that much. I'm just watching this dude waddle around like he's the greatest player ever. It ain't his fault either that they ain't playing him. But I mean, why is he even there? Like, why even play? If you're going to have that situation, and they built this structure to basically to almost guarantee that you get in, they want you in. If you're not going to play him like you're trying to get into the playoffs, then just don't play anybody and send him the hell home. Let's see here. With all the layoffs going on at NBC Sports today, is Mike Missanelli's show in danger of being taken off TV? I have no idea who got laid off from anything. I don't know why his show is even on TV. I don't know that it generates anything, but whatever. I don't know.
Sammy Sheets was watching that show at a bar the other day.
Yep, we got a text from Sammy Sheets and Wah Wah Willie, and they were at a bar, and the Missanelli show was on there. So good
We
for
might
them.
have to check in with Sammy Sheets tomorrow. I think the tropical storm's supposed to hit tomorrow, right, in Philly?
Maybe that's a good conversation to have. We'll have someone like that with an eye on the storm.
Yeah.
And if, the Rona's not stopping the Phillies from playing, it's a tropical storm.
Why don't you just effort Cecily? See if she wants to come on and give us a tropical storm breakdown.
Here's Cecily with a breakdown today. Someone was asking earlier about the Cardinals and how they're pathetic, and they are. They're no better than the Marlins. I'm bored with baseball. I was into it for about 3 or 4 games, but then these other things started, and there's a little bit more drama in these. Like you got the playoffs, and you got hockey's basically the playoffs. Basketball's got this fun kind of March Madness vibe going on, and over here in baseball, seemingly 2 or 3 games a night don't even happen due to the Rona. Like, if they stopped playing baseball, it wouldn't bother me. The Cardinals are a waste of time. The Marlins, kick them out. As I said on the air today, and I hold to this, if the Cardinals and the Marlins, they have enough cases, kick them out. They're all assholes, kick them out. Basically, what it should come down to is survival of the fittest. The last team standing without a case of the Rona is the champion. That's what I would urge them to do.
Pretty much.
Get the Cardinals out of here and get the Marlins. There's 2 teams you can eliminate. Did any of the Phillies players? I don't think any Phillies players had the Rona, so they can play.
Yeah, the
they
players
can play
didn't.
until they get the Rona. But once you get one player with the Rona, you're eliminated. I would have no problem whatsoever having just no baseball. This sucks. It's boring. I don't really care. And I think what's going to hurt baseball is you've got now hockey and basketball going on, and they're both a lot more interesting and exciting, and the pace of play is better. I'm watching the Astros yesterday. The game's 4.5 hours. I'm watching this, and I'm like, first of all, I forgot that it was on because I don't really care. It sucks because I was into the Astros. Basically, I lost interest in the Astros in their crappy Dodgers series. That's when I lost interest.
There was some hype there. We had some back and forth, and then it was okay, now we're playing the Angels. Well, that's cool. Boring. Next. There's at least a little bit, some fighting going on with the Dodgers and Astros. It was interesting to watch. We had some good quotes.
And this kind of goes back to my hatred of the fact that the Astros are in the AL West, because the AL West is just so lousy. Like, the Angels are never good. The A's are just middling. The Mariners are middling. So there's no matchups that are really that interesting. At least if you're playing the Cubs at 19 games a year and the Cardinals back when they were in the Central, these are teams that have good fan bases. They're teams you had longtime rivalries with. I don't know, just the AL West is boring to me. Baseball is
the good
boring
news is
to me.
now they get to play Arizona. Woo.
Woohoo. Like, it's so boring, man.
And I think it's because, like, the other sports are so interesting because they are all playoffs, basically. Like,
Yes.
there's so much more happening. There's so much more fast pace. I don't know. The baseball is just kind of.
I just prefer, like, I think I was so excited watching baseball because nothing else was there.
Right.
And I think there's also that feeling in the back of most people's minds that it's not going to finish.
I told you. I'm thinking this week it gets shut down.
I don't know if it'll get shut down yet.
Some other team's going to have an outbreak, and I'm sticking with it.
Like, at this point, though,
Also, it's to the point that you find soccer more entertaining than baseball. That's something.
yeah.
Because you hated soccer.
Well, now, to be fair, I started liking international soccer last year when I was betting on the World Cup, right? But we're going to watch MLS, the semifinals on Wednesday and Thursday, and I'm enjoying that actually more than I'm enjoying baseball. But the biggest issue baseball has going against it right now is that I think a lot of people are watching the games as if they know that none of it matters because it's not going to finish.
Right.
And if it doesn't finish, then you're just like, this was all for naught. It almost feels like an exhibition.
But the players look like that too. Like we were saying, Altuve does not look like the normal, fun, happy, bubbly, fun-loving Altuve. It looks like these guys are just going through the motions out there. Like, all right, well, here we are.
Let's see. MLS, come on, be for real. Here's the thing. I didn't say I like MLS. I said I've been watching it because we've been betting on it.
And we've been having fun doing so.
Like, listen, I'm not going to sit around and like go watch a soccer game, an MLS game, and I'm not going to have a favorite team, but it was something to bet on, and I've enjoyed betting on it. I'm not going to like dive into MLS. I couldn't care less about MLS.
Right, we probably won't watch a ton because I guess the season continues. This is just
I'm not going to
tournament.
watch any of that shit.
Like
I
then
just
there's still like regular season games and stuff, but maybe when they get to the playoffs, I'd watch again.
And by the way, European soccer, outstanding, man. The EPL is outstanding. It's entertaining. It's at the highest level of soccer. Let's see here. Have you been keeping a record of all your bets? No.
I bought you a notebook and everything.
Here's the problem with that, though, is I do so many random things. And this is where I end up losing money. This is where I get stupid, right? So, like, I was up to about 700 yesterday. And we'd put in another 100 the other day. And
Which we're not supposed to do.
But we did. And I got that up yesterday, I think 760 something. I got it to 770, I think, yesterday by early afternoon. But what happens is the negative of all these games is you just look for some action on all these games. And then before you know it, you lose a couple $100 on a couple of games that you weren't really that into, but it's just fun to be betting on them, right? So now I'm down to about 400. I did hit one earlier today. I did a live play and hit the over on the Denver game. And I don't know whatever the score is of the Memphis game right now. I might do a live play on that at some point, but I don't know. We were thinking about taking Memphis money line in that game because they were like plus 185 in that. But
It's a 76-71 game with a minute to go in the third.
okay, so we're getting down to brass tacks in that one.
Yep.
Altuve is depressed because word got to him that Josh thinks he wore a buzzer. Do you think that's?
I think you crushed his soul.
You think he's like, if Josh Ennis doesn't believe in me anymore,
Altuve.
who will?
Yep, you crushed his soul.
He doesn't look like him. I went 0 for 6 yesterday, and of course, I saw some dopes on Twitter from other cities, media people types, saying, "Well, it's when you don't know what pitch is coming, it's harder to hit."
Right.
Like, listen, Altuve is one of the best hitters of the last decade. It ain't just because they were cheating or stealing signs or whatever. That's garbage. He stinks right now, though.
What else sucks too is I feel like every team is just everyone's injured. Like every other day, it's like, oh, now Ohtani's done, and then this guy's done.
Kluber is
Everything,
out.
Everybody's done.
Verlander is out.
I think what Scott
Everybody's
Boras
out.
was saying that they need to have like ballrooms and hotels converted into like throwing alleys or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So guys can, stay loose.
Because
and-
like these teams that aren't playing for a week at a time, like they go out and then they get hurt because they're not used to it again.
yeah.
But that like hurts it. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's not a very fun vibe about baseball outside of that Dodgers game.
It's just not an enjoyable experience. And really, I'm also like, I'm enjoying watching basketball and betting on it. I'm just to the point where almost every other sentence from the announcers is either about Black Lives Matter. Like, there was a stretch today where it goes from Black Lives Matter into wear a mask, into like, just play the fucking game. Like, I don't need all your messages all the time. I don't care about the empty gestures and the guys taking knees. I really don't give a shit. Like, we get it. They're doing it. Rah, rah. Good for them. They're bringing the country together. Dudes have peace and have all this other shit on their jerseys. Great. I'm happy for them. But, like, it's beating people over the head with it. Either be a sports league or be a social justice league. But at some point, none of it feels legit. It all feels hollow. It all just feels like it's just empty gestures constantly. And if you don't engage in the empty gestures, then you're just an asshole or you're racist or whatever. And I'm just kind of tired of it. Like that, like, I don't think that's good overall for viewership when basically all basketball is one giant commercial for social justice. Like, it's just I'm tired of it. Like, a newsflash, having peace on the back of your jersey. I don't know too many people who are opposed to peace. Like, that's the thing is I want peace. I don't know too many people who are like, no peace here, don't want it. Like, it's just, ugh. Like, it just beats you over the skull with it nonstop. And I think that's ultimately going to hurt basketball. Hockey, they're doing it too.
Everybody's doing it.
And everybody's doing it because they feel like they have to do it. That's the problem. And listen, and like, it is possible to believe that Black Lives Matter without having to put on your stupid T-shirts that mean nothing.
I just feel like it also
and
just
you're kneeling that does nothing.
It takes away from the actual message. It takes away from like the powerful statement that like when Cap was doing this and he was the only one, like that was a big deal. Like, oh wow, this guy's really, like, okay, this is something to talk about. Now it's just like part of everything. And it's like, okay, Black Lives Matter, we get it. Next.
I know, they've watered it down.
Yes, the message is not as, the actual issue out there is just kind of getting lost in all of these gestures.
And it's just, and like every single day. When Twitter is happy and saying it's karma that the dude on the Magic got hurt after kneeling really shows the stupidity and ignorance and toxicness of social media. 100%. Like, I believe that was a topic from what, was it you telling me this?
Yeah, Levitard put up a poll.
About whether or not
funny
if
that
it was
this
funny
guy
that he got hurt.
Yeah. And then they took down the poll.
And here's the thing. Levitard's a funny dude. And ultimately, I'm not offended by that. But it's Levitard's people, his audience, and all these woke people that have created this world where you don't joke anymore. So you've made your bed where everything's offensive. So then when you're trying to be funny, people come after you. And I don't like that. I don't like people going after Dan Levitard over a joke. I don't like that. But you've created this world. The world that's been created is everybody's trying to cancel everybody. So, of course, there's going to be a counter to you, which are people trying to cancel you. And it's going to continue to happen. Let's see here. It's mass-produced and sanitized. I agree with you.
Well, then you see the thing pop up like, get your Black Lives Matter merch now. Like,
and they claim 100% of it goes to random black charities, I guess. And then, like, and it goes from Black Lives Matter conversation to wear your masks to what we can do to help black-owned businesses. I think black people are getting sick of this shit. I do. I think people are getting sick of it. Like, eventually you're like, basically, you're just trying to turn everybody into a charity case. I saw a story the other day about Biden and talking about free tuition at HBCUs. I'm like, now you're just pandering. Like, I don't think anybody's asking for free shit. Like, most of these people aren't like, I want free college, damn it. But people are just trying to do it to win an election. It's pathetic. Just sick of all this shit. Great, you wear your stupid jerseys. Super. You wear it says, I am a man. The only person to do that should be Tank. Tank's the only person that should wear a jersey that says I'm a man.
I don't even know the purpose of that one.
It's a quote. It's a quote from Martin Luther King or part of a speech, I think. But like, I want Tank wearing an I'm a man jersey. That's what I want. It just doesn't do anything. Again, these are empty gestures. And even people that go into these things with the best of intentions a lot of the time get corrupted by the power and the politics of it. I believe like guys like Malcolm Jenkins had great thoughts initially, but now Malcolm Jenkins is a correspondent for CNN and can't acknowledge when black folks do anything wrong. Once you get to a point where you're saying that black folks doing something wrong is distracting from your message, you've gone too political and your message means nothing to me anymore. Thank you very much, friend. Boy. Let's see here. I don't think Harden gives a shit. He just collects his millions and goes about his day. Is that in reference to just the Black Lives Matter stuff? I honestly don't think Harden gives a shit about it either. And I don't say that in a negative way, but like Harden might do stuff just because it looks good. But Harden, I'll give him this. And even you, oh God, the other night I was drunk, but I recall you saying, I kind of like Harden.
I do,
Ugh.
but I've always kind of liked Harden.
But here's the thing about Harden is Harden doesn't beat you over the head with any social justice stuff. And that's not to say he doesn't do anything, right? Like, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does charitable stuff. Like, I don't think he's just a stone cold
No, he does
asshole.
a lot of charity stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But
I
it's
don't
not
think...
it's not like you said, beating over the head. It's not like over the top. It's not like, here I am doing this, here I am doing that. In my interview, I'm going to talk about this and this and this and this and this. No, he basically just says, all right, here's what did in the game. Let's move on.
It's not like, LeBron after playing a game where he says that he hopes he made Cap proud.
Yeah.
Like that sounds cultish. Like, you're hoping that you made another grown-ass man proud. That's a contemporary of yours. I hope you made him proud.
And like the thing where Harden was wearing the thin blue line or the blue line bandana or whatever it was.
Yep.
I don't think he even knew what that was. I don't think he was making some statement.
He wasn't. He absolutely wasn't making a statement.
I 100 believe him 100% when he says, I just thought it looked cool.
Like, I think maybe I'm coming around to your thinking on Harden as well. Like, Go Gadget Wang here says, all Harden cares about is where the closest titty bar is.
Yeah.
I respect that. I agree. This sounds like this could be a good topic for the radio show tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you should just come around on Harden because he doesn't shove this stuff down your throat. Like, you got Russ, who's got like a clothing line now that's got the names of like police brutality victims on it. Harden's like, whatever, I'm going to the strip club.
You know what? I kind of respect that. I respect the fact that you just say, you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. Things suck. But like, I bet you if you shot truth serum into most people understand that these gestures are all bullshit. They would tell you that. Because anybody with a brain knows that these are all bullshit. So I respect that Harden's not out there trying to beat you to death with it on a consistent basis. And I don't mind that guys are socially aware or anything like that either. But now they've created this world where if you're not as socially aware and visibly socially as aware as they are, that you're a bad person or you're like this. I mean, think about the absurdity of a woman asking a black basketball player if he believes all Black Lives Matter. Think about the absurdity of that.
Like, no, I don't. I
It's
hate
like,
myself.
So just because he didn't take a knee and wear your little T-shirt, he must just hate black people, even though he's black. Like, to me, that what a horrible gash of a woman that woman is. And I hate that people like this have a platform. That they're so, like, good for you. Like, I shouldn't say that, because everybody should have a platform. That I don't have a problem with. It's just that people like this have a big platform to stand on and ask idiotic questions, like asking a black man if he believes Black Lives Matter. The question should be, why did you stand for the anthem? That's a fair question, right? Because everybody else is taking a knee. Tell me why. But it shouldn't be a leading question, which is, do you believe Black Lives Matter? He should have said, yeah, bitch, I do. I mean, my God, like, sometimes you just got to put these people in their place and tell them that they're pieces of shit. Let's see here. Lebitard said it as well. What did Lebitard say? I don't recall. It just says Lebitard said it as well, according to Duval Productions. What did Lebitard say? I know that they had that poll and all that, but most people don't give a shit about people. Ding, ding, get cricket. Ding, ding. The problem is we've created a world where we have to pretend to care about people. Most people don't give a damn about other people. I care about dogs more than I care about other people. I care about what happens in my life. Most people care about what happens in their lives. And that's okay. There's nothing negative about that. That is quite all right. All right, let's see here. How about Cespedes going AWOL from the Mets? And I love how the first thought people had was he was dead or something. No, he just said, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, he's really a chump. To just up and leave, like in the middle of the night, like you're the Baltimore Colts moving to Indianapolis, like, all right, I'm out of here. See you later. Oh, boy. The Cespedes, though. I saw a buddy of mine, Eric, he posts, boy, this story is unsettling. Then like an hour later, we just find out that the guy up and left because he didn't want to be there, which I'm fine with. If you don't want to play, don't play. But I mean, pick up the phone and call somebody and say, all right, I'm not going to play. But that is very, very Mets.
It is.
That is extremely Mets.
And
Just
I just love
being
that
a cluster
they
bleed.
send someone to the hotel and the stuff is gone.
Like, well,
Like,
boss, he ain't here.
Should have left a note.
He ain't here.
Had to go.
Sorry,
Bye.
guys. Gotta run. Peace out. Like, all right, man, whatever. Just up and leave is beautiful. Like, I'm not going to bother telling anybody. I'm out. No diggity, no doubt. But anyway, there are other things we must talk about, including people who help make this show go.
Yes.
Who makes this show go, Jilly?
Prime One Consulting.
Prime One Consulting. They are in the business of, nasty ass mold. Nasty ass mold is what they are in the business of. And you could be breathing mold. Like, I think our bathroom's just gone to hell.
It's not
bad.
good.
I need to just get someone in here and just get rid of all the damn mold. Maybe I'll call my man over there and be like, listen, friend, I need you. But they are in the business of, inspecting your home for mold. So if you're buying or selling a property, if you're moving into a rental property, if you have frequent sinus headaches or sinus issues, or immune compromising illnesses, or have had recent water damage to your property, you might be in a position where you might want to have a mold inspection done. And it's a very easy process. They've come to the house before to take care of it for us. They get their little gadgets out. They, collect air samples and swab and tape lift samples. They take humidity and moisture readings, perform a visual inspection. They'll go through an interview process with you. They'll collect an outdoor sample for comparison's sake. They do a great job. I mean, they are outstanding at what they do, and they're a local company. So if you're in Houston, you want to help support people who support this show, Jason is a great guy over at Prime One Consulting. So if you want to start breathing healthy air, which I need to get back over here to tell you the truth, because again, I want to breathe some healthy air. But give them a call, 281-545-5005, 281-545-5005. Get healthier air. And if you mention the Josh Ennis Show and that you're a member of Gist Nation, $50 off. So healthy air could be coming your way and $50 off. It's our friends over at Prime One Consulting. The website is prime1 consulting.com. The phone number is 281-545-5005. $50 off if you mention the Josh Ennis Show. Anyone else?
Aqueduct Plumbing.
Aqueduct Plumbing. That is our friend Billy. That's right. Aqueduct Plumbing Company. They were with us over at 790. Now here they are with us here on the podcast. They are outstanding at what they do. They actually came over to the house a couple days ago because we had the sink was all clogged and it was a mess. So they took care of it. Billy said, we'll be over there. And then boom, they're back on the podcast. Repipes, leak detection, camera inspection, plumbing fixtures. They do the tankless water. Now, these tankless water heaters are something now, because you hear about your water heaters. Tankless water heaters are pretty badass, and they're kind of like the wave of the future. So basically, anything you need done in the way of plumbing. What's Luther doing?
Just sent Gilbert into the camera.
What are you doing, Luther? But Aqueduct Plumbing Company, the number is 281-488-6238. Billy and Mary and everybody over there, they're a great local company. Again, if you need people, if you're in the Houston area, just use as many of our sponsors as you can because they help keep the show going and help people out, man, if you can. So 281-488-6238, aqueductplumbingcompany.com. That is the website, I should say, Aqueduct Plumbing Company. There you go. Thank you very much. Let's see. So the Grizzlies are down 10 in their game for what it's worth.
Well, they need to rally.
That is not a good situation for them if they lose that. That is certainly not ideal for the Grizzlies to lose that game because of this stupid, screwy system they have here. So there you go. Now you know the rest of the story. Now you're up to date. And also, if you're going to buy a mask, boomernaturals.com, use the promo code Josh. It would be very helpful, and it would make me look really good in the eyes of the 97.5 community. Looking at ESPN's website here, obviously the Cardinals and Tigers have been postponed, and the Cardinals should be kicked out of the league, just like the Marlins should be kicked out of the league.
I think we need to start naming names of who went to these casinos and these bars.
They should.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to know who was being irresponsible, and I want to know who had because I see that Jeter says the outbreak is blamed on a false sense of security. Well, I want to know who's responsible for it. I want to know which guys were out. I want to know, which guys were irresponsible and caused this. Put their name on it. Absolutely, you should put their name on it. Give it to me.
You legally can't because of medical, privacy and stuff like that. But I want to know. I need to know.
I want to know where to go at. I want to know what, these morons, who the morons were that happen to be out and about and clubbing and at strip clubs or casinos or bars or wherever the hell they are. I want to know who these people are. That's what I think the Cardinals should be banned from the league and the Marlins should be, and we should ride this thing out.
What'd you say? What were you saying? Like 3 or more, you should be banned?
I think maybe that's the number. If you get 3 or more positive tests, you're out of here.
Because these
Peace
guys,
out, Girl Scouts.
I mean, these 2 clubs have double digits now. I think the Cardinals are up to 13.
Really?
When you factor in the first round. Yeah, there was like 7 new ones today on top of the other 6
Damn, I didn't
they
hear
had the
that
other
part
day.
of it.
I literally sent you that tweet.
Oh, God.
Glad I try to help you during your show.
I want
Jeez.
to know. That's all I want to know. Is someone inform me who it was that was out there being a moron.
Now, here's the gig.
I would also, if they just stop baseball, I know we talked about this earlier, just stop baseball. I'm totally cool with it. Just baseball can go away until next year or whatever year baseball wants to come back. I'm totally cool with it. Peace out, baseball.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
literally
saying.
sent you the tweet today. 7 Cardinals players have tested positive and 6 staff members, 13 total now. That was after the new ones today.
Oh, I mean, I saw it. I guess I was in the middle of doing other
Because remember, there were like 2 and then 2 players and 1 coach or something the other day. And so added up now, they're in the double digits.
Well, Josh, you're being hysterical. How am I being hysterical? What's hysterical about what I'm saying? I don't really care if baseball can. Then it went back to being typical boring baseball, and now you've got all these games you're going to have to make up. I'm not into it. Oh, boy. All right, here's what we'll do. We will say goodbye to the podcast audience. Hold on a second here. Goodbye, podcast friends. Say goodbye to the podcast people. Just got to get down there and watch the exciting conclusion of the Memphis Grizzlies game.
And then we got hockey all night still, too. I think there's the Blackhawks play at 9:30.
There might be some scoring in that game if the first game they played was
Right?
any indicator. Let's see. Just what we'll say. Just put an end to. No, I don't like that title. A drunken. Let's see. A weekend of drunken gambling. There we go. Let's see here. Let's see. Josh Ennis and Jilly discuss their drunken weekend. Josh is hungover for the first time in a long time.
Like you say, our drunken weekend. Like you said, we've done
It's
like
been our
9 out of
drunken
10
month.
nights.
About the-
As of last night, you were about to stop at Specs today and pick up some more booze.
and you know what?
That was your plan.
I would have been totally wrong in that decision. That would have been an awful decision had I made it.
We still have the wine that we haven't drank yet, though.
Boy.
Maybe that'll be Thursday. That's the next Flyers game, right? Thursday.
Who cares if they get it? The more healthy people that get it, the better. It gets us faster to herd immunity. Look at Sweden. Listen, I don't disagree with that. I totally agree with you. But you and I both know that people give way too much of a damn about the cases. So if this is what it's going to be and they're going to continue, like in your world, they wouldn't cancel any games over this, and I'd be cool with that. I'd be totally good with it. But since they are going to cancel games over 1 or 2 Rona cases, then just put it into this shit. That's how I feel about it. Thank you. Let's see here. Let's see. So now the Grizzlies are down 4. So shit's going to be getting dramatic.
All right.
Yep, we're getting some drama. So let's see here. What else did we talk about on the podcast? Of the NBA's empty social justice gestures. The Cardinals are the latest team to be Ronified.
Oh, we didn't even talk about old Doug Peterson getting the Rona.
Oh, I know that probably made McDougal sad. That's when he knew. That's when things got tough for McDougal. He started to believe in the China virus after that. He said, "You know what? It's real. It can get Dougie P. It can get any of us." Let's see here. And Josh wants them kicked out of the league. Let's see. Yeah, radio Sports. Houston. Philly. There's that. There's that. Let's see here. There's that. Let's see. Let's see. All right. That should be good to go there. Right. Well, that should work. All righty then. Well, Yins, have yourselves a nice